Jamaica, a jewel of the Caribbean, is famed for its white sand beaches, turquoise waters, and lush forests. The island's name, Xaymaca, land of wood and water, comes from the Taino, its first inhabitants. From the Blue Mountains to cascading waterfalls, Jamaica's landscapes are as diverse as its history. Its geography shaped stories of resistance, refuge, and freedom, especially in places like the Cockpit Country. Once a strategic prize for empires and a hub for pirates and the sugar trade, Jamaica's story is one of survival, rebellion, and cultural creation. To understand Jamaica is to glimpse a key chapter in world history, rooted in its land of wood and water. Jamaica is more than beaches. It's the birthplace of reggae, Bob Marley, and world-class athletes like Usain Bolt. Its global influence is rooted in a history of struggle, from slavery and rebellion to cultural fusion. The island's fight for freedom, led by Maroons and rebels, shaped global conversations on human rights. Jamaican culture, patois, Rastafari, jerk cuisine, emerged from a mix of African, European, and indigenous roots. This journey traces Jamaica from the Taino to modern times, revealing a land that changed the world. Jamaica's story is one of resilience, identity, and inspiration far beyond its shores. Before Europeans, Jamaica was home to the Taino, a peaceful people who arrived from South America. They built cooperative villages led by respected chiefs, with women holding key roles. Taino life centered on communal living, skilled craftsmanship, and harmony with nature. Their society valued generosity, shared land, and hospitality to strangers. The Taino's gentle world was unprepared for the arrival of Columbus and the upheaval that followed. Their legacy remains in the island's spirit and place names. The Taino were expert farmers using conuco mounds to grow yucca, their staple, and a variety of crops still vital in Jamaica today. They fished skillfully, even using remora fish to catch larger sea creatures. Cotton and tobacco were cultivated for hammocks, clothing, and sacred rituals. Massive canoes connected villages and islands, reflecting their deep bond with land and sea. For the Taino, nature was both home and sacred, shaping every aspect of their lives. Their sustainable ways echo in Jamaica's enduring connection to its environment. The Taino's spiritual world revolved around zemis, nature spirits embodied in carved figures. Ceremonies, music, and the bate ball game united communities and honored these spirits. Columbus's arrival in 1494 marked disaster. The Spanish enslaved the Taino and brought deadly diseases. Within decades, forced labor and epidemics decimated the population. The Taino's world vanished, but their influence lingers in Jamaica's roots. The island's story would now be shaped by new arrivals, struggle, and transformation. In 1509, Juan de Esquivel led the Spanish to Jamaica, founding Sevilla la Nueva near St. Anne's Bay. Their goals: find gold and convert the Taino, often by force. The encomienda system brought forced labor and suffering to the Taino. Disease and brutality devastated the Taino, nearly erasing them within a generation. After the Taino population collapsed, the Spanish found little gold and few people to exploit. Jamaica became a neglected outpost, mainly a supply stop for ships. They introduced crops like sugarcane and the first enslaved Africans, laying the foundation for Jamaica's future. Some escaped, becoming the first Maroons who would fiercely resist all European powers. In 1655, England set out to challenge Spain's Caribbean power. Cromwell's failed attack on Hispaniola led the English to seize Jamaica instead, an easier, poorly defended target. The Spanish fled, and England's control was secured after fierce battles and deadly disease. By 1660, Jamaica was firmly in English hands, marking a new era in Caribbean history. When the English took Jamaica, they saw its rich soil and warm climate as perfect for sugarcane, a crop as valuable as oil is today. Sugar brought immense wealth to Britain, but unimaginable suffering to millions. To fuel the sugar boom, the English imported hundreds of thousands of enslaved Africans, creating a brutal system of chattel slavery. Jamaica became the British Empire's richest colony, built on chains, violence, and human misery. After capturing Jamaica in 1655, the English faced a weak hold on the island. The governor invited pirates to use Jamaica as a base, turning them into a defense force. Pirates brought treasure, transforming Port Royal into a bustling boomtown. This alliance protected Jamaica and enriched Port Royal, cementing its notorious reputation. Port Royal grew rich on stolen Spanish gold and silver, becoming the wickedest city on earth. Its streets overflowed with pirates, taverns, and lawlessness. But in 1692, a massive earthquake struck, sinking most of the city beneath the sea, ending its reign of excess forever. The golden age of piracy saw legends like Calico Jack, Anne Bonny, and Mary Read rule Jamaica's waters, defying society and living dangerously free. Charles Vane and Black Bart terrorized the seas, but as the British Navy grew stronger, piracy's wild era faded, leaving behind stories that still fascinate us today. While the British built their sugar empire on enslaved Africans, a powerful story of resistance unfolded in Jamaica's mountains. Runaway slaves called Maroons formed hidden communities, blending African traditions with survival skills. Led by heroes like Queen Nanny, they became experts in guerrilla warfare, inspiring hope and fear across the island. The spirit of resistance burned across Jamaica, from Maroon strongholds to the plantations. Enslaved people resisted daily, breaking tools, feigning illness, and sabotaging the system. Their defiance erupted in uprisings like Tacky's War, spreading hope and fear across the island. Tacky's name became legend, and the fires of rebellion never truly died. The fight for freedom was not only happening in Jamaica. By the late 18th century, the abolitionist movement was growing in Great Britain. Led by Quakers and figures like William Wilberforce, they argued slavery was morally wrong. They published pamphlets, organized petitions, and gave speeches to turn public opinion. The Haitian Revolution inspired the enslaved and energized abolitionists. In 1807, Parliament abolished the transatlantic slave trade. The final push for freedom came from Jamaica itself. In 1831, the Baptist War erupted, led by Samuel Sharp. In 1833, Parliament passed the Slavery Abolition Act. On August 1, 1834, slavery was officially abolished. Emancipation brought hope, but not equality. The white elite kept power, and black Jamaicans faced poverty, harsh laws, and injustice. In 1865, anger erupted in Morant Bay. Paul Bogle led a march for justice. The protest turned into rebellion. The government's response was brutal. Hundreds killed, homes burned. The Morant Bay Rebellion was crushed, but it changed Jamaica forever. The Morant Bay Rebellion's brutal suppression in 1865 shook Jamaica, leading to direct British rule and the loss of self-government. But new ideas and leaders like Marcus Garvey inspired Jamaicans to embrace black pride and self-determination, planting the seeds for independence and a new national identity. The 1930s brought immense hardship to Jamaica. The Great Depression caused the global economy to collapse. In 1938, strikes and riots erupted, shaking the colonial system. This gave rise to leaders Alexander Bustamante and Norman Manley. Their leadership was a monumental step towards independence. In 1944, Jamaicans gained the right to vote, marking the beginning of the end for British rule. Bustamante's victory set Jamaica on a path toward independence. Britain proposed a Caribbean Union, but Jamaicans chose their own way. In 1962, the Jamaican flag was raised and the nation became free at last. After gaining independence in 1962, Jamaica faced the exciting and difficult task of building a new nation. The country had to create its own identity, separate from its colonial past. One of the most powerful ways it did this was through culture, especially music. In the years following independence, a new sound began to emerge from the vibrant and often poor neighborhoods of Kingston. This music, called reggae, was more than just entertainment. It was the heartbeat of the people, with its slow, heavy beat and lyrics that spoke of struggle, social injustice, love, and Rastafarian spirituality. It was the sound of a new Jamaica finding its own voice. No single person did more to carry this voice to the world than Bob Marley. Born in a small rural village, Marley became a global superstar and a prophet for his generation. His band, the Wailers, created some of the most iconic music of the 20th century. Songs like One Love, Redemption Song, and Get Up, Stand Up became international anthems for oppressed people everywhere. Marley sang about the realities of life in Jamaica, but his message of peace, unity, and fighting for your rights resonated with millions across the globe. He put Jamaica on the world map in a way that politics never could, making reggae a powerful symbol of Jamaican identity and cultural pride. Jamaica's cultural influence extends far beyond music. The island has produced a unique and flavorful cuisine that is loved worldwide. Dishes like jerk chicken with its spicy and smoky taste, ackee and saltfish, the national dish, and hearty patties have all become global exports. The island's language, patois, or Jamaican Creole, is another key part of its identity. A rich and expressive blend of English and West African languages, patois is the language of music, storytelling, and everyday life. It is a living testament to the island's history of mixing different peoples and cultures into something completely new and dynamic. In the world of sports, Jamaica has also proven itself to be a global powerhouse, especially in track and field. The island has consistently produced some of the fastest sprinters in history, stunning the world with their incredible speed and talent. Athletes like Merlene Ottey, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and most famously Usain Bolt, the fastest man who has ever lived, have become national heroes and international icons. Their success on the world stage brings immense pride to the nation and demonstrates the incredible determination and spirit of the Jamaican people. This outsized cultural and sporting impact shows how a small island can leave a very large footprint on the world. Modern Jamaica is a country of breathtaking beauty and vibrant culture, but it also continues to face serious challenges that are deeply rooted in its past. The legacy of its colonial history is not just something found in textbooks. It is visible in the social and economic problems the nation grapples with today. Centuries of a plantation economy, designed only to extract wealth and export it to Britain, left the island with an unequal distribution of land and resources. High rates of poverty and unemployment, particularly among the youth, remain persistent issues. These problems create a cycle of disadvantage that is difficult to break, fueling social unrest and high crime rates in some areas. The divisions in society created under slavery and colonialism have also left their mark. While Jamaica's official motto is "out of many," one people celebrating its multiracial heritage, issues of class and skin color can still create social tensions. The memory of slavery and the long struggle for justice are a central part of the national consciousness. This history fuels a deep-seated distrust of authority and a powerful desire for social justice that can be seen in its music, its politics, and its everyday conversations. Understanding this historical context is essential to understanding the challenges and the passions that drive modern Jamaica. Despite these challenges, Jamaica's history also provides a powerful source of strength and resilience. The story of the Maroons' successful resistance, the constant slave rebellions, and the fight for independence has created a culture of defiance and determination. Jamaicans are known for their strong spirit, their creativity, and their ability to tune yuhan and mek fashion, to make something out of nothing. This resilience is a direct legacy of ancestors who survived the horrors of the Middle Passage and slavery, who fought for their freedom, and who built a nation against all odds. This history teaches that no obstacle is too great to overcome. The journey of this small island matters to the whole world because it is a story of global importance. Jamaica's history is a clear and powerful example of the impacts of colonialism, the evils of slavery, and the long, hard road to freedom. The creation of its unique culture shows how people can forge a powerful identity out of oppression. The music of Jamaica has given a voice to the voiceless globally, and its struggle for social justice continues to inspire movements for equality everywhere. Jamaica's story is a profound lesson in survival, resistance, and the unbreakable power of the human spirit to create beauty and meaning out of pain. Jamaica's story flows like a river, beginning with the Taino, shaped by colonization and scarred by slavery. Yet from hardship rose resistance. Maroons fought for freedom, and rebellion led to emancipation. Independence in 1962 marked a proud new chapter. Today, Jamaica's spirit echoes worldwide in reggae, athletics, and vibrant culture. Jamaica's journey is unfinished, its past always present. From the resilience of the Taino to the defiance of the Maroons to the creative genius of Bob Marley, the island's story is one of hope, struggle, and triumph. Its greatest legacy, the unbreakable spirit of its people. Out of many, one people.